yesterday.
I was sick.
Okay. Yeah.
Every outfit.
Yeah.
You're rolling? Okay.
I heard this interview with Rich that actually took place right before he passed away, and he was saying to the interviewer, in 20 years no one will care about or know who Rich Mullins is or his music. And so it's interesting that almost 30 years later, here we are in his home celebrating more of his music, still remembering his verses, the poetry that he packed into each song. So much of Rich was in his music, and so much of Rich was about bringing heaven to earth, about living a life that expressed the kingdom of God. And I think that's a legacy that just doesn't go away easily.
There's a wideness in God's mercy I can't find in my own. It keeps His fire burning to melt this heart of stone. The beauty about Rich is I think he taught people about grace. He who's been forgiven much loves much. So it was hearing Rich's music, his lyrics absolutely changed my life. And Rich made it okay to be human, to receive the love of God while being human.
And the preacher's thinking thoughts that are wicked, and the lover's got a lonely heart.
I think what I love about him is he was so deeply about his faith. He was unapologetically faithful in his lyrics, and he was honest. He gave room for doubt. He had just beautiful songwriting and production. There was something about the mix of all those things that just felt really rare, and I was just drawn to it, and I still am.
Most of the people that I talk to that talk about the impact that his music had on them, and I know for me personally, many of those songs are the difficult ones. The call to faith and the struggle and the honesty, I think, is a big part of it.
I believe it. I believe it.
He was big in everything he did. He was a big, wonderful, generous man, and he could be a son of a gun, edited word. But if you clean him up too much, you miss the point. That a man who struggled as much, if you listen to his music, if you listen to Hold Me Jesus, for heaven's sakes. I don't know anybody that loved God more than Richard. He struggled. And yet God used him. And that's the good news for all of us.
Jesus, see if I forget. Knocking in Jesus, see if I forget. What a thing He did. Love has come. Love has come. Love has come. And it's giving me hopes to can't forever.
We could make things a lot easier on ourselves by doing it maybe a different way, or maybe approaching recording differently, but we choose to do it in his house, amongst his friends, who have now become our friends. And there are going to be moments that are just beautiful because of the imperfections. We lean into that. That's how I feel like his spirit has been resurrected here in some ways, is we are giving it our best shot. When you're creating good art, there's always a little struggle in it. But I think that's been also part of our fun. That's the challenge.
More than ever, it has a recentering effect. It is the fact that it reminds me of the way it felt to be newly amazed by the love of Jesus. The songs are this constant resetting. When I come back to them, I still remember very vividly that feeling. It reminds me of when C.S. Lewis talks about joy, that surprise, that painful longing that I remember so vividly feeling when I encountered his music and the Jesus on the other side of that music.
Brightest dreams shatter.
It just comes back around and it makes me go, oh yeah, this is all real.
He bought the house before any of his albums came out, I think it was. Yeah, 84. So his first album, 85. So, he had no money, none. He had wrote, a few songs for other artists. And when Amy Grant recorded Sing Your Praise to the Lord, which he wrote years before she recorded it, one of the first halfway decent royalty checks he got was the down payment for this house. So I took care of the house for years and years, and then when he passed away, his family made sure that I got it.
She had two requests when she agreed to move into the house. One was that he would leave his dog, and the other was that he would continue to tell people they were welcome to stay.
The doors were always open when he lived here, and they always have been. So yeah, it's everybody's house. It really is. I just happen to be the one to try to keep it standing.
So to have this community of artists and creatives and vagabonds, to be a part of this, it's almost like the legacy continues.
Oh Lord, I don't know if you want me.
Oh, it's in one of those.
Jacob, he loved Rachel. Rachel, she loved him. And Leah was just there for so many memories. I played on a record in 1990, I think it was, or something like that. And this song was the one that, like, for whatever reason, out of the entire session, this song just traveled time with me. I remember this song and going, well, this guy's he's from someplace else.
The only thing that makes me sad is he's not here doing it, because it was the whole package. It was Rich with big sweat stains because he'd just gone and wearing shorts and a cut-off sweatshirt, and he'd just gone for a run, and it's like showtime. And I'm thinking, you are the only human being That's exactly in the world who can get away with this. It bothers me greatly that there are generations of musicians, and most particularly Christian artists or Christian musicians, that have no idea. They should be very well versed in this material. So if this helps bring it forward and prompts people to investigate, I say yay, always. And I listen 1,000%.
This is a world as best as I can remember it.
Excellent.
Stellar. I botched some lyrics in there.